Sean, let's go to you with story number 4. And this is a perfect segue from what Katherine was just discussing. It's coming out of CNBC headline. And then first, I'll read you the key points that CNBC points out. Headline: Homebuilders Sentiment Drops Sharply as mortgage rates surge over 7%. And here's the key points that CNBC outlines. Builder sentiment dropped 6 points to 50 in August, according to the National Association of Home Builders Wells Fargo Housing Survey Index. Anything over 50 is considered positive. Mortgage rates are now holding solidly over 7%, hitting 7.24% on Monday, according to Mortgage News Daily. The share of builders cutting prices rose to 25% in August from 22% in July. John, Katherine was talking about how these brokerages, publicly traded brokerages, are suddenly optimistic. And now the home builder sentiment is sort of suggesting a little bit of a different thing. What do you make of the story? What do you make of the outlook going forward?
Well, obviously rising interest rates is slowing the market, no doubt about it. But I have to say, home builders hate to cut prices. So they'll do anything except cut prices. So they'll give you like free upgrades. They'll, help pay for the new pool, and et cetera, before they will cut prices, because basically that is a signal to all future customers that they're going to get a price break. So they never want to do that. Another way that they give you a deal is by lowering your interest rates. They call it buying down your mortgage rates. And so what they do is instead of cutting prices, they'll just help you get the financing and help absorb some of those finance charges. The financing, maybe they'll give you a special rate. And a lot of the large home builders, of course, can do that because they have access to capital to basically pay for that. So instead of lowering prices, they just buy your mortgage rate down a little bit. So as mortgage rates keep going up and up and up, I mean, the 10-year treasury on which a lot of mortgages are based is shooting up right now. It's like 4.22 today. It's the highest in a year. And a lot of mortgage rates are based on that. It looks like that's going to be a lot more expensive for them to do. So they're going to have to start cutting prices. The other thing too is, I mean, if you're a seller and you financed your purchase at 2 or 3%, and now you want to sell your home because you want to move into a bigger home, you're going to have a significantly higher cost of financing your new home. So it may be that new home building is slowing. It hasn't slowed because quite frankly there's been a very limited supply of resale homes on the market. So home builders have benefited from that. But I think as Katherine sort of alluded to, we may start seeing more listings, more resale listings at lower prices. And of course, that's going to affect the market overall. So I'm kind of not surprised that home building sentiment is down a little bit. And of course, the spring selling season's over. Florida, we're definitely in the doldrums, real estate doldrums in Florida. August, September, October, some of the slowest months. And now I was just looking up mortgage rates in Florida. I mean, we're definitely across the 8% threshold. I mean, we're firmly in the 8% range, or very close to it. So, I mean, that can't be helping.
Wow. Thanks for the optimistic outlook, Sean. What I was going to suggest is maybe some of these developers, as part of the incentives are offering to buyers, these home builders, maybe they can offer a BAPE, the Japanese fashion brand that's signed on with Inner Miami. Maybe they can offer some t-shirts, because if you look at the price tag on some of this Inner Miami BAPE gear, we're talking big numbers, definitely big numbers. So that's something to keep in mind. Any of you home builders out there, especially like somebody like Lennar or anybody who's operating in the state of Florida, especially in South Florida. So